Okay, here we go. John and I are off on another adventure. We're traveling the IN-SHUCK-CH Forest Service Road from Mt.Currie to Harrison Mills.
Yep, it's going to be a great day. I can see that now.
Yeah, John, as we travel the IN-SHUCK-CH Forest Service Road, what do you think we might see along the way?
We're going to see a little lake on the right here, which is really going to be nice. I've been wanting to see that for quite a while. I think there's a big power line there. Yeah, there it is, right there, coming up. And also some construction coming up here.
Oh, that's right too. And we'll see some construction. Yeah, we follow the hydro line most of the way down through the valley here. Plus also there's the hot springs.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Or hot.
Yeah,
hot,
true.
Hot better.
What the name of the hot springs? I think it's got 3 names. I think it's
Scenic is what I remember.
Yep, right, Scenic, Agneswell, or Tsek. That's what it is.
Wow, love that memory.
Yeah, this is one heck of a rough road, I got to admit. Like, you can see the camera bouncing and everything's shaking.
Yeah, this is really quite rough. Even the mule is complaining here. That tells you how bad it is.
Oh, look, here comes John. John, where are you? Oh, there you are. John, wave for the camera, John.
Oh, look, there's Rick stopped on the side of the road. Bye, Rick.
Wow, this is absolutely gorgeous along here. This lake is just spectacularly beautiful.
Yeah, it is really, really beautiful. Even down this rough road here, even when you pick the smooth spots, it's rough. So yeah, the scenery's awesome. Yeah, look at these guys there. They just move over. Look, use your mirrors.
Yeah, they didn't want to get out of the way. The best thing you can do for these guys is make sure you give a good honk on the horn before you pass them.
This guy's even worse. Just did not see us at all.
Yeah, this lady up ahead here, I actually talked to her at the hot springs, and she said that she heard my honk, and I said, yeah, that was just a courtesy honk, just to let you know we were going by. Okay, so here we are at the hot springs, and this is actually the reason we traveled this road today, because we wanted to try out these hot springs. I've never been to these hot springs before, and I'm a real lover of hot springs.
I've heard about them lots, heard a lot of people talk about them, but I've never been down to Skookumchuck to check them out.
Okay, so here we are at the Skookumchuck Hot Springs, or IN-SHUCK Hot Springs in the native language. It's $7.50 per person. So
Keys, fool, keys.
take a walk down. There. Take my keys out of my bike, I guess, probably, just in case. So it looks like there's change rooms. Yeah, it looks like they've got a store for native art and that. And there's John right next to his brother, the bear. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, I walk down here first. They walk down here first and do video it, and we'll find my
Bathing suit, you fool.
Oh yeah, a few pools, two over there. Oh, looks like a natural one up here. Pools there, another pool way over there. Oh, that would be the hot springs there. Oh, looks good.
So again, there's John's brother on the right again. Look at that.
There he is, he's just standing there.
What'd you think of the hot springs, John?
Oh, that was awesome. That was well worth the pullover, and it was just really, really nice. Different temperatures, different pools.
Yeah, I like the idea that they had about 7 or 8 different pools. They're all different temperatures. And apparently they actually do clean them every night. So they are nice and spick and span, and it's really a nice place.
Yep. Been wanting to go there a long time. That was awesome. Man, the scenery is beautiful here. I just love it. And I think we're coming up on that construction project here pretty quick. Oh yeah, there they are there. Holy, look at the amount of pipes there. Man, this must be expensive project.
That actually was the old airport that they had in here when they were flying loggers and that kind of stuff into. Now they're using it for a staging area for the hydroelectric project, the Run of the River project.
Wow, that's really something. It's really neat how they do that now. Get the power off the creeks.
Yeah, so here we are just coming up to the head of Harrison Lake. We're actually changing over to the Harrison Lake West Forest Service Road.
Yeah, that's it's going to be pretty cool. Maybe even know how long this lake is, Rick. Would you?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, having lived in Chilliwack, I do know how long this lake is. It's actually 60 kilometers long, John.
Wow. This guy's got a memory, doesn't he? No wonder he's lead narrator.
Okay, so this is the construction area for the pipeline for the run-of-the-river hydroelectric project. Lots of equipment moving around in here, so you have to be very careful.
Yeah, you got to watch for the flaggers and all the stuff that's happening. And we actually stopped and talked to a local First Nations guy here, and about 20 minutes we talked to him, and he was really happy to have employment with this project.
Yeah, off to the right-hand side here, there's a fellow that's actually doing traffic control, so you have to make sure you pay attention to these guys.
Yeah, they'll actually pull you right over and ask you to stop and go over what you're going to come across up the road, which is very, very helpful. Look at this view of the lake on the left. Wow. How nice.
Yeah, it's a spectacular road along this section for sure.
Yeah, this is beauty.
One thing that you've got to remember when you do come on a ride like this especially is that your skill level is appropriate to the road. If you're a novice or a beginner, you certainly don't want to be coming down through here.
No, this is for pretty good riders here for sure. And check that spot back there, just how rough it is and the size of the rocks. You don't have your skill level up here for sure.
Yeah, man, oh man, this is sure my kind of hill. I just love this stuff.
I'm not sure if it's my kind of hill. This is getting a little hard here.
Yeah, the KLRs going on something like this is pretty awesome. They've got good traction and they really do well in here.
I need a little more suspension for all this weight, buddy.
Well, I think that's probably true. You're packing a lot more weight than I am.
Yeah, this is a lot for my bike, and I think I was running into a bit of problems back there. Yeah, Rick, you better get back here. This isn't good. This isn't good.
Ah, yeehaw! I get to ride back down this road.
Geez, I really think I called you a leader earlier. Geez, thanks for leading me up this friggin' road.
Oh. That's a nasty uphill. Yeah, you're bleeding.
Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of that piece of lip I don't need.
No, I'll go down the bottom here and park, and then I'll wander my way back up.
Yeah, sure. Why not just abandon me?
Yeah, so actually I went down to the bottom of the hill and parked because it was way too steep to park up there. And then I walked back up and helped John up with his bike. So technically I didn't abandon him.
No, I didn't at all. I came back and helped, and for sure you could barely stand on that road. You should have seen the operation just to get my bike standing back up. It was a two-man job. Yeah, this hill was really rough, and I know exactly what happened. I was Rick gave me a heads up to stay over to the right. There's a really big dip coming up here. I'm going to point it out, and you can see it coming up here now. And what happened? I tried to stay right, but a big rock. I think I could see afterwards. I spit that rock out, and that shot me over to the left. And then right away, once I climbed over the top of that hump there, I hit some deep gravel. So after that, it was game over. So even with my skill level, not too bad, not quite where Rick's at. I was hitting bottom so much, I just need more suspension. So there's the hindsight of that whole thing.
Yeah, so after that little episode on the hill there, everything seemed to be fine. The road was actually quite nice, and we had no issues whatsoever coming out to Harrison Mills.
Yep. Actually, it was a great ride. Other than that, a little bit of pain.
So if you do go on a ride like this or a road like this, make sure your skill level is appropriate to the road. And if there's construction and that sort of thing along the road, make sure you're paying attention to the flaggers and to the movement of the equipment.
Yeah, and the added crash protection we have on these bikes was a big help. The crash bars, the bark busters, those Trax bags really helped me out. And the real big one is the riding gear. That Joe Rocket jacket and pants I have with protectors in it, they were real big help.
Thanks for coming, and have a great ride.
And looking forward to seeing you on the next ride. Take care.